My dear one, welcome in. I'm so happy to have you here. Psychic Mia with spiritualsociety.com. This is a really exciting reading. So, we are looking at what is coming for you in 2024. What is coming for you this coming year? What do you need to know? What is important for you to look out for? What obstacles await you? Is there love? Is there money? What is coming? What energy is yours? Let's find out. So you're going to be pulled to one of these four cards. I want you to clear out your energy. I want you to relax your shoulders. I want you to dive into your intuition. I want you to look at card 1, card 2, card 3, or card 4. I want you to take a nice big breath. And I want you to choose a card right now. My dear heart, my darling human being, take a breath. Oh my goodness, we are taking a look at 2024. What is coming for you? All right, my card 1. So let's get started. So I am first of all pulling your queen energy. So this is the energy that you are going to be pulling in this year. This is where you want to harness your energy. So we are starting with the Queen of Wands. So with that Queen of Wands energy, you are driven, you are fierce, you are moving forward, you are positive, you are bringing optimism to the table, you are moving forward in new ways, you're thinking outside of the box, you're career driven, you're moving in passionate, creative ways, you're moving forward. You're moving forward and you are not letting anything get in your way. And you have that intuition turned on and you are sitting in your seat of fiery power. Our wand's getting into that fire energy. So sit into it, let it burn. I encourage you to really harness into that sunflower all year long. Get sunflowers, decorate yourself with sunflowers. Let yourself sit into that golden energy and really harness that career power moving forward. All right, so, and that passion, purpose energy. So it's not just career energy, just you're really making waves and you're really thriving in that area. So let's get started. Let's pull a few cards for 2024 just to get going. We're not asking any specific question other than we have the Tower right away. Oh my goodness. Other than sitting in, we have the King of Cups. We have the Two of Pentacles. This is already extremely interesting. Okay, and we have the King of Pentacles. Oh boy, here we go. Let's get started with this. So right away, we have the Tower, which, big change. Some big changes coming in. Maybe you're changing jobs. Maybe you're changing careers. I see some love stuff going on here. I also see, so we have the Two of Pentacles in this juggling act. Now, the Pentacles often has to do with money. They have to do with worldly goods. You're juggling some things, and you might be juggling some things with your finances, deciding where the priority really is. However, I do see this King of Cups and this King of Pentacles right over here, and I'm feeling it in a very romantic way. If you are single, I feel like you're going to have two very strong options of a partner, of somebody that you could build a life with, someone who is emotionally lit up, somebody who can speak the emotional language, who has deep intuition, who is reading your physicality, knows you, has really like a depth of feeling. And then we also, on this other hand, have somebody who has that fatherly material, who's a provider, who grows things around him, who is perhaps quieter, perhaps planting the seeds and letting them grow, who is financially stable, who is able to grow their own wealth and be able to take care of the people in their life, including you, be able to take care of their responsibilities, be autonomous in that way, but also a great partner with stability and so much growth potential. Two really fantastic people coming in. Now, if you are in a relationship, these could be, and you feel like this is, you're in your soulmate relationship, these could be qualities that are coming out in your person that they're really going to grow into themselves. This is good stuff. Now, this Tower change here, I think that will be uncomfortable. Whatever that is, if you are moving locations, if you are, this could even be something like getting fired from a job that's actually really good for you, burning something down. Burning something down. Now remember, you're in your Queen of Wands energy. So if it were, no matter what happens here, whatever big change is coming, even if it takes you off guard, or if it's your choice, which it could be either one, whatever is happening here, you have every ability to handle it, deal with it, and move forward with it. Obstacles are not a problem. You are driven, you are capable, you are in your power, you are moving forward this year. There is a lot of forward movement this year. And there is this juggling act going on. So this could be these two people. This could also be financial priorities. And it could be both of those things. Let's pull a few more cards just looking at 2024. So we have a big celebration coming up. So it's possible, this kind of gets into that wedding energy. This is our 11-11 feel. We have that wand energy again, which is that fire energy. And this is celebration happening. So there's a big celebration that's coming up, and it does get into that sort of wedding vibe. There's a possibility that if you are with someone, even if you're not with someone, there could be some like fast moving romance that leads to a wedding. There could be something that's, just like serious, joyous celebration commitment. There could also be some other sort of extreme celebration going on here, related to your progress in your passion, your purpose, your career. But there is some real celebration going on, which is happy. We also have the Eight of Swords. Now, I know I say this every time we pull the Eight of Swords, but this is a very bleak looking card. I do love this card though, because this is a card that asks something of you that is completely in your power and completely in your control. Our Swords getting into that thought space, mind space, intelligence space. And she's bound up, but she is completely able to get out of these binds. They're loosely bound. She has a blindfold on, but this is her choice really to stay here now because she can get out of this. She doesn't have to be here. So if you're exiting 2023 and you're feeling abandoned, you're feeling bound up, you're feeling imprisoned by maybe a decision, you're feeling imprisoned by something that happened to you, in some way you're feeling really left out in the cold, this is a call to action. It is time to release yourself from that. If you want to enjoy all of the things that are coming for you in 2024, you're going to have to release this. You're going to have to remove that blindfold. You're going to have to move forward and sit into your power. And you have the capability to do that. It is completely in your power. So I call on you to take radical responsibility for your life. Take radical responsibility for your thoughts. Take radical responsibility for your headspace. See the truth. Take the blindfold off. Take the binds off. Take action and see what is in front of you. It's a beautiful call to action. We're just going to pop her right there. Okay, so we're going to do one more like that, and we're going to ask some specific questions. We have the Seven of Swords. So I am feeling like something is kind of running away with you. I think you're going to feel a little distracted at moments. I don't feel like this is necessarily a bad thing, but it is going to be something that could take you off course. So of course, our Swords getting into that thought space, intelligence headspace, and this is kind of that little thieving card, running away with your thoughts, running away with and this could be that you get so pulled into the drama of romance that you sort of step outside of your passion, purpose, career, or that you lose sight of what's really important for you to release yourself from, or you sort of get taken away with this huge change that's coming, and those thoughts just steal away with you and make it hard for you to be in your life. So I do want you to watch out for that. I suggest starting a meditation practice. I suggest also starting a presence practice of being present. So I don't want you to get so wrapped up in your thought space. I want you to get present in your life. And that can just be right here, right now. What is going on? What is in your immediate vicinity? What's right in front of you? What does the air feel like on your skin? What do you hear? What do you smell? What do you taste? It can be that simple, and it can be 1 minute, and it can be just something that brings you back to the present moment and out of your mind and out of your thought space. You're gonna have to find some tricks and tools and hacks to handle your mental space this year. I'm seeing that that's very distractible and could really sort of, branch out and move away with you. Okay, so I would like to know about obstacles that are coming for you this year. Obstacles that are coming for you this year. What obstacles do you have to watch out for? So we have the Four of Cups coming up as an obstacle, which makes pretty good sense. The Four of Cups are cups getting into that heart space, feeling space. And the Four of Cups is kind of this, this shutdown card, this something that's being on offer and this kind of no. Not being open to the heart space, not being open to what is coming in. So it might be time to really evaluate what has been going on. Why are you in this space right here? And is that a place that you're going to start shutting down your emotions and turning away opportunities for feelings, for love, for depth, for participating in the water of life, stepping into the waters, drinking from the cup? And I want to see how we can get to a place where you might be able to crack yourself open from this. How do you open up from here? How do you open up to be receptive? And you might even want to take a look at your actual physical body language. Do you cross your arms a lot? Do you hold things back? Can you open up physically more often in your everyday life so that you are more receptive energetically to the world around you, to what's going on, so that the good things can enter in? It's a little bit of a dangerous space to be in, that closed off space. It doesn't open things up to let new things come in, to participate, to live your life. Okay, so I want to find another obstacle, anything you really need to watch out for coming in. We have the Page of Wands. So this is interesting because our wands is kind of our, that anchor of you're going to be in this fire energy. You're going to be, that's your home this year. You're in that fire. Now we're getting back into that fire, and the pages often have to do with, they're messengers, they're young, they're youthful. There could be an offer coming in. There could be, someone who's a little bit immature coming in with an offer or with a message. There could be a message that's coming in that's not fully on point for you, because this is an obstacle. So I do want you to watch out for messages that are coming in. I want you to watch out for offers that are being made, and I want you to use your deep knowing. I want you to sit into your deep knowing. And if it feels shaky, if it feels, and I'm going to say immature, but I don't necessarily mean that it's the person who's immature. It could be an idea or, something that you would participate in that's not fully formed yet. So immature in that way, that it's not fully there. It hasn't completely brewed. It's in its foundling stages. So I want you to just be careful of it, because that's coming in as an obstacle. Now, I do want to look at some deep wisdom, some deep knowledge, what you deeply need to know. What is some deep wisdom for you? Oh my, we have the Two of Cups. I see a lot of love coming in for this year. My goodness gracious. I see a lot of love. There is so much going on here from our celebration that has that sort of wedding-ish vibe. We have our King of Cups. We have our King of Pentacles. I mean, there's a lot. If you're open to it, and I do want you to evaluate how open you are, even if you say you're open, even if you're looking, even if you're in a relationship, how open are you really? Is there some truth that you are not acknowledging? Just throw that around as an idea, journal about it, see if there's something there. Are you closed down to something because of something from the past? Are you closed down to something because something made you feel isolated and in a prison and scared and alone and trapped in your thoughts? Is there something that has closed you down? Just evaluate. Because really strong, good things are coming in if you're open to them. So if you are open to it and you can, watch out for that obstacle. We also have the Two of Cups coming in, which is kind of like our Lover's card in the Minor Arcana. This is again with our cups, our feelings, our emotions, the depth of that, sharing in the waters of that. This is a beautiful card of relationships, of having a beautiful relationship, even on even footing, sharing, open, trusting, seeing, holding even weight, really being a partnership, really being there and honest and true and trustworthy. And there's a lot of really good things coming in here. So, look for this. This is good stuff. Now, you might have some, decision making to do. There is a link below if you want to do a deeper dive, which you very well may want to do. There is some really good stuff coming up. And the most important thing probably to start with if you do a deeper dive is an energy clearing, so that you can clear out what is going to hold you back from being open to all of this, because I think that might be the most important, to be open and receptive to it. Because if you're not, then it doesn't really matter what the potential is if you're not open to it. But then you might want to dive on, our King of Cups, our King of Pentacles, see what's going on, see if what's coming up for you. Okay, so I do want another piece of deep wisdom for you. Another piece of deep wisdom for you. And we have the Three of Swords. Now, I feel like this directly hits at what we were just talking about being closed off, about what has closed you down, what has shut you down. So the Three of Swords is a heartbreak card. It is a sad card. It is a swords through the heart card, just as it looks. So what is it from the past? And I feel like this is coming from our obstacle. I feel like this is coming from the past. I feel like this is coming from, and this could be something that is in here as well, that's going to resurge for you, that you might have to re-experience, of something that you need to let go of, that you need to grieve over. Is there something you haven't grieved over yet? Is there something that you need to, tuck yourself away and have a huge cry about? Is there something that you need to let yourself grieve for? Is there something that you need to acknowledge the sadness of losing the expectation of something, the hope of something, the desire for something from the past? Is there something that you need to just heal and let that happen? Because that is coming through, and that could be disruptive. But also it could just, I feel like it's going to come up whether you acknowledge it right now or not. I feel like it could pop up as soon as you meet someone and you're shutting down. You don't want to have to deal with it then. Deal with it now. Handle it now if you can. And I know that's easier said than done. That's a whole bag of emotions and feelings and things, but you are strong enough to handle it. I promise you that. Okay, I'm pulling one last card, and we're going to pull a couple special cards. So one last card for this year. One last card for this year. I'm going to leave this open to the cards, to the universe, to show us what you need to know. What is popping up for you? What is popping up for you for 2024? Oh my goodness. The sun is popping up for you. That kind of makes me really emotional. It makes me want to cry a little bit. It's an incredibly optimistic card. It is warm, just as it looks. It is sunshine. It is optimistic. It is powerful. It is tapping into your power source. It is letting yourself sit into the most sunshiny pieces of you. Now, the sun also has a very strong link to the Queen of Wands in my feeling. These are sort of linked. They have a similar feeling to them. There is a lot of optimism in the Queen of Wands. We also have the sunflowers in both of them. Again, tap into sunflowers. Dress your house in sunflowers. Make that the theme of the year. Sunflowers, let them be around you. Let them remind you of the positivity, the optimism, the joy that you're allowed to feel, that you are worthy of feeling. You're worthy of all the joy, all the happiness. You've come from some hard places. You've come from some deep heart hurt. You've come from some isolation, from some real closed intensity. And this is cracking something open for you. And that is so beautiful. And you are so deserving and so worthy of it. Okay, I have a couple of special cards as well. So first of all, I want to take a look at a special month for you. So these are all the months of the year. And I just want to see what is a special month that you really need to look out for. So something where you're going to want to, sort of plan some stuff around. A special month for you to look out for, that something is going to happen this year. So we have January. Well, hallelujah, right away. My goodness. All right, we got January, a special month. So right away as the year starts, we're starting off with some real power. I really want you to prep yourself for this year. I really want you to prepare. I want you to clean house. I want you to clear energy. I want you to figure out what you need to handle so you are ready for this, because it is starting right away. I want you to be in a space where you're able and capable of handling big change, big love, big commitment, big happiness, big joy, where you're open and accepting and to receiving it. Okay, so I'm pulling one extra special card for 2024. Now this is your Divine Feminine card. So this is another, in a similar way to our Queen of Wands, this is the energy that I want you to tap into. So this is an energy I want you to tap into, some special guidance from your most Divine Feminine space of what you need to harness in this coming year. And we have Kadja, the mother of believers. I am spiritually and financially abundant. I provide heaven and earth for myself. I love this. And this does ring into that Queen of Wands energy as well. Do not be afraid of your power, of your ability to take care of yourself spiritually and financially. Be your most powerful version of yourself, because harnessing into that energy is going to magnetize you. I feel like occasionally we back away from our fullest self because we're afraid we're going to scare people off. If you're single and you're looking, or even if you have a partner and you're afraid that you're going to, mix in some, I don't want to say competitive feelings, but you know what I mean? That kind of like holding your fullest self that might make them feel some of the things that they're not as good at, or that they're a little bit worried about. But I want you to sit into your deepest seat of power. You are spiritually, financially abundant. You provide heaven and earth for yourself. You can do that for yourself. And you're providing for yourself and being who you need to be for yourself opens you up to having the strongest relationship of your life with someone else. And how glorious is that? Holding your own makes you the partner you want to be. Holding your own makes you the person that you want to be. So sit into all of your power, relax into it. Don't hold back. Let yourself be everything you need to be for yourself. Don't feel like you have to wait for someone else to come through for you. Oh my goodness, well, what a reading. My dear one, yes. I'm sending you off into this year with so much power. I did not give us something to drop below, but drop a sunflower emoji below to claim this, to sit into this, to harness into this. Also, hit the like button, subscribe, hit those notifications, all the good stuff. But I want you to leave some notes. I want to hear, I want comments. I want to know that you are here for this, you're feeling this. I want to know what you're clearing, if you feel vulnerable enough to share that. You could be vague if you need to be vague, but I want to know that you're going to participate in this, that you feel ready to take this on, that you feel ready to clear house, to be in the place where you can accept all of this. The gifts are coming for you. Open your hands, receive them. This is going to be a very powerful year for you. Okay, I can't wait to read all of these comments. I'm so excited for this year. I'm so excited to hear all about this. I love you. I'm sending you love. I'm sending you light. I'm sending you all the energy that you need to move into this year with all your ferocious power. Until next time. Mwah. Mia. Welcome to my card too. I am so grateful to have you here. Oh my goodness, we are looking at 2024. We're looking at a brand new year, something fresh and new. So first of all, we're gonna pull over our anchor card. Now our anchor card is a queen card, and this is going to tell us what your energy is going to harness into for this year. So we have the Queen of Pentacles. You are going to be a money maven. You're going to be autonomous. Whatever you financially set yourself to, it is going to thrive. You're going to grow things in your life this year. You're going to grow the people around you. You're going to be very abundant, very fertile, just sowing seeds, planting seeds. People in your life are going to be so magnetized to you because they're going to grow in your presence. They're going to be so inspired by you. You're going to be able to take care of yourself. You're going to be able to take care of other people. There is a very mothering nature to this as well. So something very maternal sort of going on this year where you want to take care of people. You want to take care of the things in your life, take care of things around you. So really looking into that energy for this year. So that's where we're really sort of setting the tone. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's find a good place for that. There we go. Something like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this year. Let's start pulling some cards. I want to pull some cards just to get us started, and we'll pull 4 cards, and then we'll sort of talk about those cards, and then we'll keep moving on. So first of all, looking at 2024, we have the 4 of Swords. We have the 8 of Swords, a lot of thought space going on. We have the 10 of Pentacles, which makes very good sense, my Queen of Pentacles. And we have Justice reversed. Okay, so getting started with this year, there is a need for you to take a rest. There's a need for you to restore. If you don't take rest, if you are work, go, 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 move, take care of everybody else, take care of all the things, I want you to make sure you're planning out appropriate rest for this year. So the 4 of Swords is very much you need to regenerate. You need to find some time to rest. You also need to rest your mind. Our Swords getting into that thought, intelligence, airspace. So I want you to find time to clear that out. This is the time to set that meditation practice. This is that time to set that restorative practice, yoga nidra, your yin yoga, your relaxation ability, your ability to let go of all the thoughts, all the things that surround you all the time. Now we also have the 8 of Swords, and I pulled the 8 of Swords in our last, in card 1. And of course, whenever I pull this card is into that thought space. This is that card of releasing yourself. It's a call to release yourself from the things that bind you, because they are loose binds. They are in your capability of letting yourself go. It's time to see the truth. It's time to take your blindfold off to what you've been ignoring. It is time to take the binds off and take action. Get out of the thought space that is paralyzing you and move into your life. Take divine action. So whatever imprisons you, and you probably know what that is. You probably know it right now. It's probably part of your life right now. And this is something that you're going to be able to break free from this year. It's something that you're going to be able to release this year. And it's a call to do it, because if you don't, there's a possibility that the beautiful gifts that are coming this year aren't going to be able to fully grow. And I want you to grow exactly the way you're meant to be. I want all the gifts to be available to you. So it's time to let go of this imprisonment. of the thoughts that surround you, that hold you in and bind you up and make you want to shut your eyes to it and make you want to distract away from it. What is the thing that comes up that you're like, I need distractions. I can't handle this. I need to, tune into the distracting things, all of the distracting things that hold you prisoner. So that's something we're really going to look into this year. We have the 10 of Pentacles, and I would look into this right now too. These are things to set up and start on right now. The 10 of Pentacles is a beautiful card. Our Pentacles getting into the worldly goods, money, all of that good stuff. This is a generosity card. It's a generational wealth card. It's a family building card. It's a beautiful card. So something could be coming to you this year from like a relative. There could be an influx of money coming in, which makes a lot of good sense with our Queen of Pentacles energy. There could be something that you're building. This is, if you haven't set up a savings account or you've been meaning to start building wealth for yourself, now is the time to do it because it's going to grow and it's going to be something extremely fertile that makes you extremely generous and lets that really come to fruition. It's going to be a good money year for you. So plant those seeds, start planting that now, even if you start it with a very small amount of money, or even if you just know that you need to take a look at your finances and do some more financial planning so that you have all the wealth and the abundance that you need. But good things are coming in too. So I do see that this could be a receiving card as well. We also have Justice reversed. So with Justice reversed, I am feeling like something that was done to you that felt very unfair, very unjust, karmically not good from someone else, they're going to get theirs. So there is something that's going to come right this year. Something that's going to feel like, vindication. You have won. So there's this turnover of something that was very unfair, unjust, not good, didn't feel good. There is this potential for this to really turn over and for you to sit into some real relaxation with it, that you can relax through it. It's a little bit of a sticky situation, so that might be a little bit sticky and a little bit stuck, but that is coming up. Okay, so moving through this year, what else do we need to know? What do we need to know? What do we need to know about 2024 for you? Okay, so we have the 9 of Wands, and I'm feeling like there's someone in your life who's healing from something. I don't feel like this is necessarily your energy, and they're healing from something. They were hurt from something. And this could be a future person that you haven't met yet as well. So this could be like a future romantic thing. And I would say if it's a romantic thing that's coming in, if you are single or if you're with someone who they can't quite heal from something, it's going to be difficult. That's going to be tough. They're not healing they're not handling it. They're not healing from it yet. So they're really standing guard over the things that are precious to them. They're the things that they hold dear, their fire. So they're really holding on to that tightly and sort of really watching over it and protecting it and standing guard over it. So that's tricky. That is tricky. Okay. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles and we have the Queen of Pentacles. So these are two separate decks. I pulled the queens from a separate deck. So you're getting the Queen of Pentacles twice here. That's a very good sign. I feel like this energy is going to be so strong. Not only is it so strong, but you're going to be attracting like-minded people into your field as well. So you're going to be attracting like-minded feminine energy into your field to support you in this journey, to support you in your growth. So not only are you growing people around you and are you growing things around you, but other people are going to support you to grow more too. So you're attracting an incredible amount of abundance, an incredible amount of growth. You have this maternal energy. And I also feel like there's going to be this maternal energy given to you as well to help you in your growth. So I feel like you're going to have some divine help And I also feel like there's like a double down on this energy for you. So like a double down on this, in this beautiful Queen of Pentacles energy that's really coming in for you. Okay, so we also have the Ace of Cups. Oh, how delightful. So our Ace is getting into new opportunities, new things coming in. The Cups coming into those feelings, emotions, this overflow, abundance of feelings. So some really beautiful things are coming in here. And notice this open hand. So this is asking you to be open to the new things that are coming in as well. So I want you to be open to receiving all of this gloriousness, these feelings, this love, this wealth of feeling and emotion. It's a good thing. Let it overflow. Let it fill your cup. Let it stream in things that are just going to be beautiful, and look for those new opportunities, the things that are coming in, romantically especially. I feel like there's some real romantic growth coming in here for you. And we have the Nine of Cups. So also with our Cups energy, that same feeling, emotional energy. Now our Nine of Cups is this, I mean, look at all of this, like this satisfied, all of this different opportunity. It's not quite at completion, but it's very close. There's an abundance of it. There's a lot coming in. It's good and satisfying. I also do want you, so tons of things are coming in that are just gonna make you feel a lot and feel good things a lot, have a lot of emotions and a lot of feeling. There's just gonna be a lot of interactions and events and people that are coming in that are sort of shaking up your inner world and your feelings and your emotions. Now I do also, with this card, I do also encourage you to get really focused on what it is that you want to feel, where you want to direct your attention. That there aren't so many things that are coming in that you get scattered or that you feel pulled in so many different directions, but that you are focusing in and really like getting a little bit specific. I want to see what obstacles are coming in for you this year. So what obstacles are we feeling for this year? What obstacles are coming in? So we have the Nine of Pentacles, very interesting. So we have the Nine of Pentacles, my Queen of Pentacles, so much Pentacle energy, all of this lovely abundance. So I feel like there's this luxuriousness that is coming in, and a part of that, perhaps you've struggled with money in the past, perhaps you've had a lot of desires for things that maybe you haven't leaned into, and now you're getting into this abundant place, and money and worldly goods are really just streaming into your life, and things are growing around you, and you want to grow that even more. But there's also something that's a tiny bit unsatisfying. It is beautiful and luxurious and great, and you're growing things and it's wonderful. But there's also just a little bit something that you're like, oh, okay, I want to focus on something else too. I'm realizing now that I have all of this, that I don't necessarily crave this same path the way that I did before, or I don't crave this thing the way I did before. Let yourself be open to changing your mind about things. Let yourself be open to deciding on new priorities. You know, that like one thing can be fulfilled, but perhaps there is also something else out there for you, that a new door is opening and a new desire is opening for you. So another obstacle that's coming along is the King of Wands. So very interesting. This could be a current relationship. This could be a future relationship. I'm feeling this as relationship energy, that there is someone coming in who's coming in with, I feel a lot of positive qualities here. So I'm feeling that, forward movement, no obstacles in the way, just moving forward, passionate, out of the box thinker, new sort of a new way of thinking, maybe in a new career. But this is an obstacle card. So this could be an obstacle to the person you are meant to be with. It could be an obstacle like to your best match. But it could also be an obstacle to just that it's challenging to get into. It's challenging to be in. It's a challenging relationship. It's a challenge. There's something difficult here. So this is an obstacle. This is coming up as an obstacle. So there's something that is a little bit sticky, that is tricky here. So you're gonna have to kind of handle that and maneuver around all of that. Okay, let's see what else we've got. So I'm looking for divine wisdom. Actually, I'm gonna reshuffle. So I'm looking for some divine wisdom, something you really need to know for this year, something that's really coming in with some divine wisdom for this year. We have the 8 of Cups. Our cups, of course, getting into those feelings and emotions. And this is a card where someone is moving away from something. It's time to move on. So it is time to move on from some old feelings. There's some old feelings, some old emotions, some stuff from your past, some stuff maybe from this year. There's some stuff really probably from like an immediate space. But it doesn't mean that necessarily has to be time immediate. It could just be that you're still living in something from the past very vividly, even now. And it's time to move forward and to move on from it. And you're gonna harness into your deep intuition to do that. You're gonna harness into the light of the moon. You're gonna harness into this new illumination that is very feminine and that is very calm and just releasing. So this is the time to really evaluate what it is you need to walk away from, what it is that you need to let go of, the feelings, the emotions, what you need to clear, what you need to release, what you need to let go of that's been sitting in your emotional space and your feeling space. Okay, so as our last card over here, we do have some extra special cards coming in too. I just want to know what the cards with the universe, what your guides, what is really coming through, what is important that we needed to be guided to right now? What's coming through and important that you need to be guided to right now? The Knight of Swords. And this feels like some romantic energy as well. There's something... There is something that is bold, that is fierce and brave and smart, extremely smart, witty, cunning, just ready to move forward, fast-moving energy that is just trundling along into this year. There's something that's going to sweep you up, and I think it's good. It feels good. It feels powerful. And it feels exciting and adventurous. So I'll be curious to see with this King of Wands energy how these two play against each other if they're both in a romantic space, which I do sort of feel like they are. Now, these could get into, this could get into a different kind of relationship or a different kind of person, but I do feel romantic energy around both of those. This bold fierceness, this fast-moving, brain-oriented, thought-oriented person who's just got, you're not going to miss this person. There's some bold energy, and this is some bold energy too. This is no obstacle in the way, more rooted like in that power, purpose, creative space. That's gonna be interesting. If you want to do a deeper dive on any of this as well, there's a link below to do that. So before we pick an important month, I want you to go ahead and let's put a rose below for a Queen of Pentacles. Let's put a rose below for a Queen of Pentacles. In the comments to claim this, to own this. You know I want your comments. You know I'm gonna read all of your comments. I wanna hear all about this too. Oh, my bad. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna pull an important month that is coming for you. So we have an important month that is coming for you. And that month that you're gonna really wanna look out for is November. So November of this coming year, so 2024 in November. So that important month, there's something very important happening there. If there's something you've been really asking a lot of questions about, if there is something that you've really been building up to, and I know that's a little bit far in the future because, you got a little ways to get to November, but I would mark that on your calendar. Something very important is going to happen in the month of November. So you're going to really want to watch out for that in 2024. And don't let that, get in your way that it's in the future. Okay, so here we go. We're also pulling divine feminine energy. I want to see what divine feminine energy you need to tap into this year. That's sort of a guidepost for you. This is the energy, this is the message that we're tapping into. We have Miao Shan, the Princess of Mercy. Giving is receiving, and you are such a giver. Giving is receiving. The energy of the universe is merciful. The energy of the universe is merciful. Yes. The more you give, and that can be financially, that can be otherwise, that can be giving your time, giving your interest, giving an ear, giving kindness, giving mercy, giving forgiveness to someone who doesn't deserve it, giving love, giving mercy for someone who doesn't deserve it, even though it could have sat on your heart for a long time. We're coming back to that justice reversed. The energy of the universe is merciful. The more you give, the more you will receive. Let yourself give away those things. Let yourself open your hands to it, to give what you have, kindness and love and generosity and forgiveness and understanding and empathy and compassion, and let yourself receive everything the universe has to give to you. And mercy will be bestowed upon you as well. And sink into that beautiful energy and that beautiful tiger energy. Okay, my dear one, I'm sending you off into a brand new year coming up. Here we go. So I want you to go ahead, drop that rose emoji below, drop the rose emoji below, claim this, comment on this. I want to hear, I want to know. Do the like, do the subscribe, do all of the things, but I want to know, I want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your fears. I want to hear if this is satisfying, if it's unsatisfying, if you understand where this is going, if this makes sense in your world and in your life. I'm sending you into this year with so much love, so much power, so much presence and mercy, so much gratitude, giving, forgiveness, all of this abundance, all of the financial wealth that is coming for you, the ability and strength to let go, to rest when you need to be happy with what you have, but also to understand you're allowed to want something else. And you're allowed to want more. You're allowed to want any and everything. The fast-moving energy that's coming in, this obstacle, smashing energy that's coming in from romantically, what that means, how that feels. If there's someone in your life that, that's coming in, that could have to do with one of these two people too that are still healing from something, the new opportunities that are here to overflow your heart, all of this feeling, all of this love, all of these feelings coming in, these experiences. I'm sending you into this year with all of that. I'm going to see you very soon. I'm sending you off with love. I'm sending you off with so much light. Until next time. Mwah. Mia. Welcome in card 3. Welcome to a reading for this coming year, 2024. What does it hold for you? Our first card is a Queen card. So this is the Queen energy that you're going to be harnessing and holding on to this year, that you're going to be sitting into. This is your power. This is your dominance. And you are the Queen of Swords. Your thought process is so clear. Your understanding is so cunning. Your intelligence is so on point. You have clear decisions. You are making good choices. You are thinking clearly. You are in control of your thoughts this year. Your thought process, your ability to think through things, your ability to be in your brain and to use your brain to move forward, to get ahead, to get what you want, to manifest. It is on point. You are in your seat of power, in your intelligence space, in that air space. Oh, I love it. Okay, so we're going to pull some cards. We're going to get started. We're going to get started just pulling some cards, like 4 cards to get us going. And we're going to talk about those cards and then we're going to pull more cards. So we have the King of Wands, very interesting, that popped up in our card 2 reading. We have the 10 of Wands, some Wands energy really coming through, that fire energy popping up. We have the Queen of Wands. Well, fascinating, my goodness. And we have the King of Cups. Well, my goodness. How very interesting. Okay, so getting started with our first 4 cards. Okay, here we are. So first of all, this is your dominant energy that you're sitting into, but you are also pulling in some really strong fire energy. Now, I see some really strong romantic energy, and I think that romantic energy, whether you're in a partnership right now, if you're in a soulmate relationship right now, if you are looking for love, if you are calling in love, if you are open to that. Okay, so first of all, if you are looking for love, even if you're in a relationship right now and you want to take it to the next level, if you're in that soulmate relationship, you want it to get better, you want to go deeper, whatever it is, things are going to elevate in your romantic life, in your love life. And I want you to use the power of your thoughts. I want you to use the power of your brain. I want you to get into those thoughts and that thought space to help manifest what it is that you want. So I think you're going to connect with your person on this different level, on this fire energy level, in this career, passion, purpose, energy level, where you both connect because you're both driven, you're moving forward, there are no obstacles in your way, you both think in this new process, you both think outside of the box, you're both very passionate, very driven, very career oriented, you have a lot of creativity, creative energy, a lot of positivity, and you're really connecting on this particular level. And that is kind of how you are going to know. Now, I am also getting the King of Cups. So I do think that there's either a secondary person, or this could be the same person linking around. I mean, you have 2 Queen energies coming through, and I think they might have 2 King energies coming through. So like their secondary thing is this emotional depth, this ability to love deeply, feel deeply, have a deep emotional intuition, understanding, feelings, really sitting into that water space and that water energy, which is beautiful. And what a great counterbalance that you guys both have this depth. Now, if this is another person coming in, then I feel like that could be some competitive love life stuff going on here. I do want to find out more about that. We also have the 10 of Wands here, which is coming through. So there's something you've been working really hard for. The 10s are completion cards, and the 10 of Wands is really bringing this home. Something you've worked really hard for, something that you have been working for, striving for, sweating over. I mean, it has been difficult to hold it all together, to move it all forward, to pull it all together. This is some strength. It has taken you some strength to move this forward. And it isn't there yet, but you're going to be bringing this home this coming year. So you're going to really be landing something that you've been working hard for. There's going to be some real satisfaction, a real payoff coming in this department. And honestly, this could also be in this love department because you're really landing something here. But I do think that this might be a career, passion, purpose thing for you. So something in your drive and your motivation that's really been moving you forward, but that you've been really struggling with. It's been hard, it's been difficult, but it's really going to pay off because you're really going to land it here. Okay, let's pull some more cards. So far, we're off to a very exciting 2024. I'm really excited about this. I'm happy about this. All right. So we continue on, and we have the Five of Pentacles. So there might be something financially difficult coming for you. I want you to take a look at your finances right now. And this is a beautiful preemptory, like telling us that you can watch out for this, and you can step over this. You can sort of hopscotch around this by being prepared for this. So there is this sort of like financial winter where you won't be alone. You will be together. You'll have company going through this. It's not going to just be you out on your own. But it is, it is going to be tough, and it's not going to feel good, and it's going to feel a little hungry, a little needy, a little desiring, a little wanting, and that's a little bit scary. So there's a little bit of something coming up here that's you're gonna really have to watch out for. You're gonna need to plan for. I would start planning for that right this moment. I would put, review your finances now, put spending on hold if you can, do the things to make sure that you're not just sort of being extravagant in certain areas that you don't need to be, sort of rein it in so you can prepare for any setbacks that might be coming. And we have the World. Well, how beautiful. Okay, so I do see where I had a little piece of my little tape come off because YouTube does censor these little cards. So these pictures, the little nudity. There we are. Oh, how beautiful. Okay, so we do have the World coming in here, and there is something that is there's a new chapter that's opening up for you here. There's a whole brand new cycle. There's an ending to a cycle and a whole new beginning to a cycle. I feel that very much here with your romantic life. So something is completing, something is coming to the end of a cycle, and something brand new is getting started. That's going to take you off into a new direction, and be very fulfilling and very, just sort of a new chapter of your life is opening up here. Let's see if we can keep her little. Okay, all right. So we have the Nine of Swords coming through. So the swords, again, getting into the thought space, the cerebral space, the mental space. This is that card of like being up at night, not being able to sleep because of your thoughts that are sort of torturing you. It's a sort of angsty, maybe crying even card. There is something here that is popping back up for you. So this could be something that you've been handling this year. This could be something from the past. This could be something that is happening here in this year. And when something does close, when a door does close, even when there are good things on the horizon and beautiful things moving in, there is some sadness that comes along with that. Now, I don't know exactly what that is going to be, but there is some pain coming in here. So I would like to know more about that pain. Let's find out more about that. Tell me more about that specifically. So I got the Two of Wands coming in, and the Two of Wands is kind of this far away. This could be travel oriented, this could be that kind of thing. But I am seeing this as this kind of looking to the past, this kind of looking to this big picture of the past, being disconnected from your present, being disconnected from your current world, looking through old photos, looking through old memories, looking through the memories and looking through old things in your energy field, in your heart, in your mind. So I feel like this is relating to something from the past. So there is some clearing, some energetic clearing that needs to happen here. And maybe that's something that needs to happen as the new year comes through, as you're letting go of something and moving into something so that you can be open to something new. If you were getting out of a relationship, if there's a relationship right now that you need to get out of, that could be in that space. But that could also have to do with a past pain, the pain of old memories, of something that's in your energy field And if this is something that's already happened, then you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. It's probably something you're either not handling now or you're already in this space. Okay, so I want to find out about any obstacles that are coming your way. So I'm looking for some obstacles that we need to look out for. So we have the Page of Wands coming in as an obstacle, which is interesting. I've pulled this as an obstacle in a previous card. So, the Page is coming in as these messenger cards, these kind of youthful messenger cards. And the Wands, getting into that fire energy, we've got a lot of Wands action. And there is something in that domain that is coming through as a message. Maybe it's an offer, maybe it is a phone call from someone, maybe it is something that feels like an opportunity, but maybe isn't really fully fledged yet. It's kind of just this little thing, maybe it's an idea that's in your creative space, that's in your passion, purpose, career space that feels like, oh, maybe I should do that. But that could be a distraction. So this is coming in as an obstacle. So you do want to look out for that. And then, and it could be just an outright obstacle, that something comes through and it's just telling you like, oh no, this isn't going to happen. But remember, in our Queen and Inner King, but you're sitting into that Queen energy, in that Queen of Wands energy, you can move through any obstacle. You can overcome. And there's a lot of positivity that comes along with this. Okay, so I am looking now for a divine piece of wisdom from the universe. A divine piece of wisdom meant for you. I'm feeling this one right here. I'm actually feeling both of these. So let's get 2 pieces of divine wisdom. So first of all, we have the 8 of Cups. And the 8 of Cups is, and the 8 of Cups is this moving on from old emotions, from feelings, turning around and walking away. That it is, it is time to let go of something. There is something that held a lot of feeling. Maybe it held a lot of hope. Maybe it held a lot of love. Maybe there's just a lot of emotion and a lot of feeling there for you. But there is something that it is time to walk away from coming into this year, that you're going to have to let go of and move on from. And you're going to have to sit into your into your deep intuition and knowing. And it's interesting, this is that nighttime sort of feeling, and our 9 of Swords is that nighttime sort of feeling. There are things that are going to be happening in the stillness of the nights, and that as we get going, that are going to come up for you, and that have that quietness about them, and have that nighttime, mysteriousness and intuition and things that are deep within you. I would maybe even start a practice of talking to the moon. And I know that could feasibly sound silly, but probably not if you're here with me. Probably that makes sense to you. Going out and talking to the moon, I would do it outdoors if you could, or in a space of nature. And, if you live in a city or something, you could go for a night walk and talk to the moon. You could do it from your home through a window as well. But I would look at a practice of starting to talk to the moon. Now, we also have Temperance as a deep piece of wisdom. So there is some balance that needs to be had. And I am feeling that in that emotional space, or Temperance card holding those cups. I am feeling this balance of emotions, that there is some balance of emotions that needs to happen. Now, with this, I am feeling like there is something that you need to, balance out, and that could be manifesting as something else. So there could be an overindulgence in some aspect of you, of your life, of your habits, from social media consumption to television consumption, food consumption, anything that's out of balance. And it could just be doing deep dives into feelings where you just feel you swing really heavily emotionally. But if there is something out of balance, I want you to, this is the time to focus on that this year. You're also going to have a really strong opportunity to find the balance that you need. Okay, now I just want the universe to come through. I want the cards, I want your higher powers, I want your guides, I just want to let that guide our card pick right now of what is meant for you, what we are meant to see right now. Okay. And we have the Death card. So the Death card often has nothing to do with actual death. This is most of the time, I mean, we go through so many phases of life. There is an ending. I mean, we have this new cycle starting. We have this thing coming to completion. There's a new start here. There is this letting go that is happening. There is this release of something happening. There's a death to something. There's a letting go of something. And I want you to think of it in this term of, it's a big deal. It's a big thing. So I want you to give this the weight that it deserves. If you need to grieve over something that you've lost, that is gone to you, if you need to grieve over a time of your life, a piece of your life where you had to let go of some hope or dream or desire, and there is something new and beautiful on the horizon, there are gorgeous, amazing, incredible things coming in, but that doesn't mean you don't grieve over what is gone. So there is a complete release and letting go of something and an honoring of that. And I want you to do as much as you need to do for that. It's a big deal. So whatever it is, if you need to have, like a quote unquote funeral for it, if you need to have a practice every week for it, or every day, or just have a grief period, or let yourself experience it. Let yourself grieve for it. Let yourself sit into that so that you can move on, so that you can get into this new phase of life. But also because things are important to us. Things that didn't come to fruition, or that did come to fruition, or people, or whatever it is, I want you to let yourself experience the pain of release, the pain of letting go of something, because that is very real, and it's okay to honor that and own that and to give it the weight that it deserves. And I know that's hard. I know that can be really hard and exhausting, but it can also be really beautiful, and it can also just be what you deserve, what your heart deserves, the love that you deserve to give to yourself. So I'm going to pull an important month for you. This is all 12 months right here, and this is just an important month that I want you to know that it's important. Something important is going to happen in it. There's some big things coming along, and it's important for you to know, so you can mark it on your calendar. So in May, I want you to really be aware. You can mark that on your calendar now, May 2024. There's something very important and big that is coming for you. And you don't have to focus on that now. Maybe there is some prep that needs to happen. Maybe you're going to start to know exactly what that is in the beginning of the year. But regardless, I want you to go ahead and just give a little marker to that. Now, I also want to pull our Divine Feminine card. So I want to take a look at this Divine Feminine energy, what you need to tap into, what you need to hunker into and harness into for 2024. So this is sort of coming fully forward for you. And that is Sarah Lakali, Queen of the Outsiders. I have arrived. I am where I will always be, in love. Ooh, I love that. It's beautiful. I have arrived. I am where I will always be, in love. And you can start to practice that right now. Practice being in love with yourself, being in love with the day, being in love with the flowers that are around you, being in love with this space that you're in, being in love with the present moment, being in love with the smell of things, the food you eat, being in love with the people who are neglected by the rest of society, the people who are having a hard time in life, your friends that are not thriving, letting yourself just be in love and give over to it. My dear one, 2024 is a big year. This is a big year. There's a lot happening here. This is a brand new cycle in your life. This is a brand new life cycle. Huge, big new things are coming. I want you to drop a sword below. I want you to drop a sword emoji below. You know I want your comments. Please comment for me. Please, if you feel vulnerable enough to give some information about what maybe you've been going through or what you assume things might be or how this makes you feel, if, just everything. I would love to hear your thoughts. I would love to hear any words that you have. I would also love for you to like and subscribe, of course, always. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for your life. I'm so grateful for this new journey, for this completion and this beginning of a new cycle, this bringing things home, this love that is coming for you. If you want to do a deeper dive on anything here, there's a link below so you can do that. I'm so grateful that you're going to have the strength to be able to let go of what you need to let go of, to have temperance and balance where you need to have temperance and balance. Things are coming for you, beautiful things, and you are going to be fierce and on fire and strong and cutting and smart. This year, you're going to be a powerhouse, a magnetic, glorious powerhouse of a human. You are just going to be, pulling it all in. I send you healing for what needs to heal. I send you love. And I want to love that present moment. I want to fall in love with every moment, just like you. I want to do that too. I think that is just so exquisite. Look out for May. Okay, until next time, I love you. So much light for you. Mwah. Mia. Welcome in my card 4. Ooh, we are stepping into a brand new year. We're taking a look at the upcoming year, 2024. What is coming for you? What is coming around the corner? What do you need to know? What do you need to prepare for? All kinds of juice coming in. All right, so to get us started, we're looking at your queen energy. This is going to be where you sort of slam dunk everything. So this is going to be the energy you really harness into, where you thrive, where you are like just, where you are a queen. So you're sitting into your emotions this year. You're going to be an intuition goddess this year. So I want you to get really familiar and really comfortable listening to your intuition. You have it. You know the answers. You know the answers to everything already. It is within you. It is deep in the recesses. You don't have to put words to it. You just have the feeling, you have those psychic abilities. You have that deep knowing within you. You have these deep feelings, emotions. You have a depth of love. You have a depth of understanding and empathy. You're able to see the grief in others. You're able to see the love in others. You're able to see this world in an emotional way. And it is a gift. It is a gift. And that is where you're sitting in this year and really harnessing your power, is in your emotional space, your intuitive space. It's a beautiful thing. It's very, very exciting. Okay, so let's go ahead and start pulling some cards. So this is a separate deck. And we are going to pull 4 cards to get us going. And then I'll talk about those cards, and then we're gonna pull individual cards, and then we've got some special cards. All right, so right away, we have the 4 of Swords. Very interesting. I pulled that as my first card out for one of our other cards, I think maybe card 2. We have the King of Wands, which I pulled a bunch today. Lots of that. We have the Knight of Wands, very interesting. And I have the Ace of Swords reversed. All right, so getting us started here. So right away, the Four of Swords tells me that you do need to rest. You're gonna really, I don't know if you just like run yourself dry this year, if you have just been pushing really hard this year, but you're going to have some recovery that is needed this 2024. Now, I also am feeling with you, I'm feeling that you should focus in this is a very practical sort of thing, but I want you to focus on your sleep. I want you to focus on your sleep patterns. I want you to focus on your sleep habits. I want you to focus on, if you do some research, deep dive on the science of sleep and how you can get better quality sleep, how you can get more sleep, how you can utilize, get some sunshine in your eyes in the morning, start to wind things down an hour before you want to be asleep. Make sure you're getting the right amount for you, that you're getting enough. Maybe track it some so that you can see how much you're really getting. Sometimes we think we're getting more than we really are. I want you to let yourself really focus on getting good quality sleep. Now, also, our sword's getting into our thought space too. I want you to dive into the subconscious thoughts that happen in your sleep. I want you to dive into your dream world, and I want you to start a dream journal if you can this year. I think it could be really important for you. In a lot of ways, answers coming up, creative things coming up, problem solving during your sleep, things that are just happening and coming up as you focus on your sleep cycle, as you focus on this, and you want to be in touch with that. You want to be in tune with what is happening so that you can utilize it, because I think it could be a real tool for you this year. We have the King of Wands and the Knight of Wands coming in, and I am feeling some competitive romantic energy coming from these two. I am feeling some different romantic energies just tumbling in. I feel like there might be two people who are really similar, and this could be in a work situation. This could be two people who are in the same sort of field, or who are both just very driven and passionate and fiery about their purpose and what they do, and they're on their path. And I am feeling like, one person's going to be coming in with some faster moving energy that's a little bit more bold and a little more, look at this and see this. And one's going to be a little bit more in their seat of power, and they're both going to be this kind of person who moves forward despite the obstacles and just has a real confidence, a real knowing, just a real powerhouse of fiery energy coming in. So I do feel like there are two separate energies coming in. If you're already in a relationship, then one of these people could be your person now, and one could just be sort of a competing energy that's coming in that maybe you notice that's sort of just very interested in you or very magnetized to you. And this can also mean that, like if you're with someone, that they're harnessing into this energy more and they're leveling up into a different space. But if you're looking, I feel like there are two people coming in. Now with our Ace of Swords reversed, our Ace is getting into new opportunities, our Sword's getting into the thought space, the mental space. This is a real clarity card. So I feel like this is a reverse card. I do feel like there is going to be something that's very unclear for you. It's not going to be a cut and dry fact. It's not going to be like, this is the answer. This is the way. This is the path. This is the thing. It's not going to be like, oh, I have complete clarity over this. There is going to be some murkiness around something that is important to you. It could be romantic partners, and that could be where that sleep comes in handy, keeping that dream journal, writing down what you think of when you wake up, problem solving, getting into the recesses of divine messages and cosmic messages that are coming through during your sleep. Now with this as well, you are sitting into your Queen of Cups energy, which is a very intuitive space. So intuition obviously is not as crystal clear and cut and dry as just these are the facts. This is what this is. So you are going to have to get really used to sitting into that and trusting that. And you may never get full clarity over the things that are coming in. You may never get a full, precise answer, but trusting in your intuition and your own knowing is going to be really important for you. Now, looking still, we're just sort of keeping this 2024, what you need to know, what's coming through. We'll get a little more specific as we go. We have the Four of Cups coming in. Now, this is very interesting to pull as you're in the Queen of Cups energy here. So the Four of Cups, are cups still staying in that feelings and emotion space. It is a closed off space. This is a shut down space, which is very interesting. So I do want to see where you are closed off. I want you to look, and I feel like if like you're sitting into this energy this year, in 2024, you're going to be sitting into this, this is your powerhouse. This is your wheelhouse. This is where you thrive. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's open and that it's open to everyone else. You might just be thriving in this on your own. So in order to open this up, you also have to really trust. You have to trust yourself that you trust the decisions you're making. You trust your own abilities to be in that space. But I want to see if you can find out where you're closed off, where you're saying no, where maybe you should be opening up, where a lot of feeling and heart space could be on offer that you've been shutting down and pushing away. And I want you to really look at that now, because that's gonna come up as a thing this coming year where you have the opportunity. And I say that as if it's like a good opportunity. There's a possibility you could shut this out, that you could shut down the love that is being on offer to you, the feelings, the heart space that is being on offer to you. So it's kind of something to look out for and to watch out for. We have the Death card coming in, and the Death card, really, there's something that's closing down. There's an end to something, a cycle that is ending, a hope that is ending, or a dream maybe that is ending. And perhaps you're putting to rest something that you had expectation around, something that you had really, that was important to you. And this could even be the death of a relationship, not the person, but the relationship. But this could also just be a part of you, a part of your personality, a part of your habits, a part of who you were versus who you are now. And we pulled the Death card in our last card, in card 3, and I said then, and I want to say now, give this the weight it deserves. This is a big card, and this is a big stamp on something. So you're going to feel the loss of this. Whatever this is, and maybe you already know what it is, maybe it's something that you're going to realize as it comes up. It doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's wonderful to put to rest parts of ourselves that are no longer serving us, or dreams that have just changed, expectations and things. Whatever it is, it still deserves the gravity of the loss, and the time to grieve it, and the time to honor it, and to mark it, and to recognize that it held a special place in your life, even if it was just a hope for the future, or a dream for the future, or if it was an event, or if it was a relationship or something of that nature, or an actual death, of course, that maybe you need to grieve someone. But whatever that is, this is the space you're gonna really need to let yourself grieve it and let it go and see the end of that cycle. And we have the Fool, the beginning of the journey, the Fool's journey. This is card 0. Isn't that the perfect card to come after the Death card? Just this, this complete ending and this beginning of a new journey. There is something brand new that is starting for you. Arms open wide, face to the sun, with a little guide at your feet, helping you from falling off the cliff. Your deep intuition, we know that that's there for you. This is a beautiful thing. There is something beautiful and new and wonderful this brand new journey that is starting for you. And how glorious and gorgeous is that? Hope, love, life on the horizon for you. Okay. And we have the Six of Pentacles. So this feels very practical as well. I feel like in a very practical way, as far as money and finances, or pentacles getting into worldly goods, sometimes money. And this feels like money. I feel like there's going to be giving or receiving happening this year. Either you will need something, in which I want you to not be afraid to ask, because I do believe it will be given to you, or you will be giving something to someone else. And be generous with what you have if you feel called to do that. So there is something in a very practical way that is beautiful and balanced. And we see these, the scales on the side. There's something very balanced in that giving and receiving. I'm looking for some obstacles for you this year. Something that we really need to watch out for. I'm very much feeling this card. The sun as an obstacle. How very interesting. So I'm feeling like some optimism is an obstacle. And perhaps that is that you need to be very practical about something. That there is some optimism, or there's something, I do not want you to not be optimistic this year. I do not want this to be read that way. I think you absolutely should be very optimistic. I think you should be glass half full. I think you should be sunshine energy, but there's an obstacle here. So there's a possibility, there's something that just, you also need to tap into the practicality of something as well. But just know that could be an obstacle. I do not want you to not be. I think the sunshine and the optimism is absolutely going to support you this year. Okay, so another obstacle coming in. We have the Ace of Pentacles, very interesting. So our Ace of Swords reversed, which very much feels like an obstacle, that clarity that's needed and your ability to tap into your intuition. Now we have the Ace of Pentacles coming in as an obstacle. Our Ace is getting into those new opportunities, the Pentacles getting into the money, the worldly goods, that kind of thing. So I think that there's a new opportunity on offer here. There's something that's being sort of handed to you. This could be like a job offer that leads to more money. This could be something that kind of leads to more money, and more worldly goods, and more, there's some sort of financial opportunity that's being handed to you, but that is somehow an obstacle. So I think that could, it could keep you from doing what you really want to do. The money could sort of cloud your eyes to what it is that you should actually be doing, maybe getting in the way of your intuition. I'm going to leave that open to you to really decipher that as the year progresses and as this opportunity comes up, because I want you have this deep knowing and intuition. You will know the answer. It is there for you. The most important thing for you is to listen to yourself and trust yourself. It is time to start doing that right now. Okay, so I also want to see what divine wisdom you need to know, just a key piece of wisdom that you need to know. We have the Three of Cups. So I feel this very much, that you need to celebrate with your friends, that you need to have friend time, you need to laugh, you need to celebrate, you need to fill your emotional cup, you need to share your deep intuition, you need to have friend time, you need to have social time, you need to make time this year to, this coming year to sip from that cup, to share the cup, to laugh, to love. You need to let this happen and embrace that. And I want a piece of, I want a message from your higher power, from a guide, from the universe, from the cards. I want a piece of key wisdom, just whatever it is that you need to know. Whatever it is, just a message coming in. I'm feeling both of these. All right, we're pulling two cards. Okay, so we have the Wheel of Fortune and we have the Five of Cups. Two very sort of different messages. So the Five of, I feel like these are connected though. So our Five of Cups telling us that something that has been lost to you, we're getting into that death card, the letting go of something that has been lost to you, you have mourned over it, and you deserve to mourn over it. And you're going to be letting it go, and whatever that was that spilled, that's no longer available to you. But there is new opportunity. There is the new journey behind you, and you cannot ignore it. It's time to turn around and to look at what is available to you. It's time to look around and start the new journey. And it is going to be a wonderful journey full of good fortune. You're going to be walking through the world in this way where you just, how am I so lucky? How did this happen? People will think like, I don't know anybody that's as lucky as you are. I don't understand. All the good things are coming to you. Things are just coming together, just over and over and over again. Things working out in your favor that you don't have to work for. You don't have to do anything for. It's just the way that it is. So you're gonna have to sort of release, turn around, see what it is that you have, and move forward into this new journey in order to receive all of those blessings. And there's so many blessings here, so many good things coming in here, so much to be excited about being alive here. Now, I want to pull an important month for you. All 12 months are here. So we're just kind of looking through the months to see what an important key month of the year is going to be for you. December. Oh my goodness. Isn't that funny? I'm sure you were like, oh man, I have to wait an entire year to get to December 2024. But December, the end of next year, something very important is going to happen. Mark your calendar now. Maybe you'll sort of know what it is when you get into the year. Maybe not. Maybe it'll all be a big surprise. But whatever it is, something very important is going to turn. A key is going to turn in a lock. A huge door is going to open. Something really important is going to happen for you December of 2024. So do be on the lookout for December. Write it in your calendar now. Make note of it. And then I also want to pull your divine feminine energy for 2024. So this is just what I want you to channel into. I want you to sit into what I want to sort of guide you as you're coming into this year. I'm feeling the card behind that one. Here it is. We have Marguerite Porete, the mystic of divine love. Love is divine, and I am nothing except love, which really hits home with that Queen of Cups energy. The mystic of divine love. Absolutely. Love is divine, and I am nothing except love. Finding love in every aspect of your life, in every aspect of you, filling yourself up with it, sitting into the vibration of it. Let that be the ringing bell for you this year. Just divine love. Love the people around you. Love your friends. Love the warriors that walk in, the king energy, the knight energy that walks in, that fights for your attention and your love. Let yourself be open to love from others, to receive as well as to give. Let yourself open your incredible aura, your incredible energy. Open arms to this new journey and to all the love that exists there. Open your hand to it. Open up to it. Let yourself just seep into it. My dear one. Oh boy. Let's pop a cup below. Let's pop a cup below in the comments. Any kind of cup. And you know I want your comments. I want to hear everything that you are thinking right now. Any vulnerability you feel comfortable sharing. How this makes you feel. I read every single comment. I really would love to hear from you. I would love to hear about what it is you're experiencing right now. Do subscribe as well, of course. My goodness, I am sending you off into, as you prepare for this coming year and you prepare for the changes that are coming, this brand new journey that is coming your way. There is some work, and I don't know if it's even work. It's just this there's a sort of exhaustion, and that is where all the sleep is going to come in handy too, and the rest needs to happen because you're handling something big, you're handling something heavy. You've been handling something heavy, and there's something, that release that you're letting go of, that is taxing, that is hard, that is difficult, but you are capable, and you are a Queen of Cups. You are light itself, you are love itself, and you master that domain of your feelings, your intuition, and you are queen energy there. Love is divine. You are nothing except love. I love you. I'm filling you up with that and all the strength you need. I'm sending you light. I'm excited. Okay, until next time. Mwah. Mia.